But
coming
it
up.
You're not
doesn't
answering the
benefit us.
question. What does it feel like knowing that most, not all, especially blacks who focus on white people, what does it feel like knowing that you are inferior to white people? What is that like to live
It
that way?
feels like it feels like I'm living in a system of white supremacy.
Oh,
That was very effective, by the way. That's what it feels like.
do you believe in God?
Absolutely. I was raised to be a Christian, actually.
And what happened to you?
I realized it was a system of white supremacy.
Do you love white people?
I don't care one way or another. I'm indifferent. I see white people as a problem. So it's not an emotional thing for me. It's about what is the problem and what is the
As a,
solution. I don't care about them. I'm indifferent.
do you love them?
Okay, so I'm telling you, I don't care
I didn't
about
ask
them.
if
I'm
you cared
indifferent.
about them. I asked if you loved them.
I am indifferent to their existence.
What is that?
That's what it is. I don't have any emotional attachment to them. I don't care at all.
So
I
is that a
just
no?
there's nothing
Is
emotional.
that a no? You don't love white people?
And her answer would be no. I can tell you that already. From seeing her body language, she hates white people. It's quite unfortunate that this is happening and it has gotten so bad that this race card of a thing has been played so much that it's so endemic that these black people have been indoctrinated from generation to generation to generation that it's a big problem. The hate is just too much. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Culture War. How you're doing? In this very interesting interview, Jessie is going to be debating this young lady. She's actually a segregatist. I hope I pronounced that well. She believes in segregation. That is every white should have white businesses, white things, and they should have black businesses. And white people should not, you know, patronize the black people and black people shouldn't patronize the white people and all that. That's taking us way back to like 50 years back, and that's so sad to hear. But let me not let the cat out of the bag. I want you to watch the video and enjoy it for yourself. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so whenever I drop a new video, you will be notified. So let's get into it.
What is the psychology of black oppression?
Well, in order to understand the psychology of black oppression, you have to look at the pathology of the people who are perpetuating black oppression, and that is white supremacists. And the interesting thing of it is when we talk about making America great again and uniting the races, which isn't really going to happen anytime in the foreseeable future, it's interesting how we can mention those things without breaking down the pathology of white supremacy and those who have divided the races, which is white supremacists.
And how are white people doing this? Give us a couple examples of what white people are doing to blacks to oppress them, and why are black people so weak that they allow this to happen?
Well, I wouldn't say the question would be why are black people so weak. The question will be is why is white supremacy so diabolical and savage to where black people would have to exist in this position. Now, the thing of it is you can't say weak. I was born into this system. All I need not do anything but be born to reap the consequences of a system of white supremacy that was put in place before I was even conceived or thought about being conceived. So that doesn't have anything to do with black people being perceived as weak. The ones who are weak are those who need the system of white supremacy, which are white supremacists, who only need to be born and continue with their innate mentality in order for white supremacy to thrive.
So
it's very systemic.
What are white people doing? Give us something that they are doing to you people to oppress you.
So you know what a system is, right? And how an infrastructure works.
What is the system? What is the system?
A system is when you have employment discrimination. A system is when you systematically funnel Black people into disenfranchised, economically stagnant areas. It's when you take away jobs, when you don't educate, you indoctrinate a attitude of inferiority.
Okay,
It's a
I
whole
understand.
entire structure.
So what?
The foundation of the country
So
is
what
Black
is? And
oppression. There
so
wouldn't be an America without it.
so are you calling the system the white people? Are the white people the system?
They benefit from it, so absolutely.
And so what are they doing to you people to oppress you within that system? What are they doing?
I just told you, and all of the data corresponds with it. They're perpetuating employment discrimination. They're perpetuating economic discrimination. They're literally screening people based on their names to find out ones that sound Black so that they cannot hire them.
And
That's what
what?
they're doing. I just told you they're funneling Black people into, by taking away opportunities from them. They're doing the prison, the school to prison pipeline, mass incarceration. Like the fact that just even by virtue of this recent FBI sending out a list calling Black people Black identity extremists, but within a week period, you just had 4 white people do mass shootings. Still haven't been labeled terrorists, though. So that's pretty systemic, because
So
then
let
it
me
makes
ask.
everybody's mindset. I'm sorry?
Let me ask. Why are the Black men and women so weak that if the white man refuse to hire them or does not want to bring them into their own private company, why can't Black men do their own things? Why do they feel that white people are supreme over them? Why can't Black people do
Black
their
people.
own thing? Black men should be able to start their own businesses. Why can't they do that?
Oh, you mean like Black Wall Street when white people went and burned it down?
Why
Or
can't
Rosewood when white people went and burned it down? You mean like establish it like that? They live in a system of white supremacy and sabotage that they were born into. So you do realize at the foundation of this country was white supremacy. It was built upon Black oppression, exploiting Black people, limiting them from opportunities, completely eliminating them from economic opportunities while benefiting off of their hard work.
Cynthia G, you mentioned Black Wall Street and Black businesses back then. Why were they able to do it back then, but they can't do it today?
Because you were in segregation. So Black people were, which I'm very fond of. I think we should go back to that. But you had segregation where Black people for a small period were left alone to an extent and were able to actually do that. Now you have integration, and now you just have Black people's talent and work being exploited. And you have them not able to get business loans, not able to get the licensing that they need to. When they do put up a business, then they have to face being sabotaged. So you have the same situation going on now.
And so if that's true, that back then they were able to do it because of integration, and that meant that Blacks were superior
I said
and they
segregation.
were right, segregation. That meant Black people were smarter, they were wiser, they had to do it, so they did it. And if that's true, why did they have forced integration, knowing that that would take away their strength and their talent to be independent people?
Well, you're assuming that they knew that that was going to take away their strengths. When they were going for the civil rights movement and integration, they didn't think that that would take away their strengths. They actually thought that that would make them stronger and alleviate some of the racial injustices that they were going through. That's what they thought. Now, I believe that was a mistake 100%. I'm all for separation. I think we should go back to separation because integration isn't beneficial, doesn't work.
You're pro-segregation?
I am, absolutely. I think it's something we should go back to.
Sister, yeah, I sometimes think about this. Being a pro-segregationist and being Black yourself, are you half Black and half white? Are both father and mother Black?
No, both of my parents are Black.
What is it like knowing that white people are superior to you? What does that feel like to live that way?
Well, Jesse, you're the only one who thinks that white people are superior. I don't think that they're superior.
Yes, you do. Your focus is on white people
I
and
think they put
black
themselves in a
oppression, white
socially.
supremacy. What does it feel like believing that white people are superior to you?
White people are not superior. Actually, the system of white supremacy is evidence of their inherent mentality of inferiority. But I do know I am in reality, and I'm in reality enough to know that the foundation of this country is black oppression. They've placed themselves in a socially superior position. They are in a socially superior position, but they are not superior at all. And I think trying to shame people and use these little psychological manipulations like, why do you feel white people are superior, is really counterproductive. They're not superior. They've put themselves in a socially superior position. This country wouldn't be, the way that this country is founded is for them to appear to be superior when they're not.
What does it feel like knowing that most, not all, especially blacks who focus on white people, what does it feel like knowing that you are inferior to white people? What is that like to live that way?
It feels like I'm living in a system of white supremacy.
Oh,
That was very effective, by the way. That's what it feels like. So being in reality.
amazing. There was, last night they had elections around the country, and there was a lesbian, I like that word, that was elected as mayor of Seattle, Washington. What do you think about that?
I think who someone chooses to have sex with is not my business. I think as long as they're not having predatory sex, they can do whatever they want to. I think it's
No, what do
interesting
you
how
think
white
about a
society.
lesbian being elected as mayor? Not what you
I'm
think about
telling
their
you.
sexual
I'm
life,
telling you.
but what do you think about, is it
Well,
right, what do you think about a lesbian? And then in
a
Virginia, there was
lesbian is a sexual lifestyle. That's what it is.
Yeah,
A
it
lesbian
is.
is a sexual lifestyle.
I agree.
So I'm telling you what I think about someone's sexual lifestyle. As long as they're not having predatory sex, they are grown. They are consenting adults, because you have to be consenting,
Should
or
they
else
be
you're having
elected
predatory
as
sex.
mayor of a city?
Yes. Who they have sex with, to me, bears no importance on how they are politically.
How about a
I think that, yes,
transgender?
you should be able to.
How about a transgender? There was a man who dresses
Jesse,
as a woman. Let me ask. There's a man who dresses as a woman, and in his mind, he thinks he is a woman. He was elected as a state representative in Virginia last night. Is that right? You okay with that too?
I think that's a question for the Virginia residents who voted for him.
No, I'm
That's what
asking
I think
you
that's a
as,
question for them.
are
That's what I
you
care about.
are you a Christian?
I'm not.
Do you believe in God?
Absolutely. I was raised to be a Christian, actually.
And what happened to you?
I realized it was a system of white supremacy.
Oh, and how do you know you believe in God? What does that mean to you to believe in God?
You would just recognize that there's a God, and then you would just believe in said God. That's what you would do.
Do you love white people?
I don't care one way or another. I'm indifferent. I see white people as a problem. So it's not an emotional thing for me. It's about what is the problem and what is the solution. That's how I look at them.
As a person who believes in God, do you love white people?
I don't think that my belief in God has anything to do with my feelings about white people, though they're two completely separate things. I don't care about them. I'm indifferent.
Do you love them?
Okay, so I'm telling you, I don't care
I didn't
about
ask
them.
if
I'm
you
indifferent.
cared about them. I asked if you loved them.
I am indifferent to their existence.
What is that?
That's what it is. I don't have any emotional attachment to them. I don't care at all.
So is that a no?
There's nothing emotional.
Is that a no? You don't love white people?
It's I don't love or hate them. I don't feel any particular way. I don't care.
Do you
about
love
them
black
at all.
people?
I do.
Have you ever dated a white man?
I haven't.
You have not.
No.
So let me ask
certainly
this.
should not own it.
Do you vote? Are you a Democrat or Republican?
I'm not bipartisan because it doesn't matter. Either way, whether you get Democrat or Republican, you're still getting white
Do you
supremacy.
vote?
Just two different versions.
Do you vote?
I didn't vote.
Do you
I didn't
vote?
vote.
Do
I
you?
vote on a local level. I
Oh, okay.
do. I do. I vote locally.
Oh, let me ask. There's a thing going around now where it's okay to be white. White people saying it's okay to be white. Do you agree that it's okay to be white?
I think if we look at all the damage and destruction that white has caused, then we could logically conclude that it's probably not, because them thinking that being white is okay. And if you look at on a nature basis, look at genetically white, there isn't any benefit to whiteness.
Wow, the hate is so glaring. The hate is so glaring. We need to pray for this young lady that she, repents and changes that, because the hate is so glaring. You can imagine how she's going to indoctrinate her children, and that's the next generation. Imagine you have millions of this kind of people actually existing in the world, in America right now, and they're indoctrinating their children, and that's why this thing is going to perpetuate. And so we need to pray for these kind of people, and if you could reach out to them, you could reach out to them, and so maybe they could change and start to learn how to love, because we're all brothers and sisters. We're all from the same parent, which is Adam, and we all bleed the same color, and that's red. So I wonder why. I don't know why the hatred is so much. Um, I'd like to know what your opinion is. As usual, drop them in the comment section. My name remains Roland. If you've not subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button, and please make sure you like this video so you can help us push it to as many people as possible. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.